Now let's talk about the structuring of objects and arrays. Let's define new variable called r, and its value will be array with two elements. And those elements will be numbers 2 and 10, like that. And now let's say we want to create two new variables and assign to them values based on those elements. This value should be assigned to the value of the first variable, and this value should be assigned to another variable. We could do that in following way. Const a1, for example, and access first element of the R array using square brackets notation and index of corresponding element. First index is 0, this index of this element, like that. And next, let's create one more variable, a2, and in similar way, let's access second element of the R array, like that. And now let's print to the console a1 and a2. You could, by the way, separate by comma values that you want to print to the console. Let's save changes, and I get 2 and 10. That's the first way how you could extract values from the array. But for that we used two lines of code. Instead, you could use array destructuring feature and use just single line of code. Syntax is following. Const. Here will be a pair of square brackets. Here will be names of the variables you want to declare, a1 and a2, like that. Next will be equal sign, and on the right side will be name of the variable, r. With such syntax in place, we will destructure our array, pull out from it its values, and assign them to newly created variables, a1 and a2. First element from this array will be assigned as value to this variable, a1, and second element will be assigned as value to this variable, a2. Let's save it, and I see exactly the same result as before. That's how you could perform the structuring of the array and immediately create new variables. This line of code is fully equivalent to those two lines of code. Please notice that order of the variables here is important. If I change order and here will be a2 and here will be a1, then values of those variables will be swapped, and now here I see 10 and 2. Please keep that in mind. Order in the structuring of the array is important. That was the structuring of the arrays.